You think you chose your dog at the shelter. Wrong. 15,000 years ago, a starving wolf walked into a human campfire and chose chaos over calories. That one animal didn't get domesticated. It executed the longest con in biological history. And you're still falling for it. The problem is simple. We believe we conquered nature and stuffed it into our living rooms. We call them pets. We buy them sweaters. We think we're the bosses. By the end of this video, you'll realize the truth is far more uncomfortable and way more beautiful. I adopted a cat last year. Cute little murder machine. I named him Chairman Meow. Within a week, he had trained me to feed him at 4 in the morning. That is not ownership. That is a hostage situation. And it mirrors the oldest relationship on Earth. Right now, nearly 1 billion dogs and cats live in human homes. We spend more on pet food than some countries spend on defense. Yet most of us have no idea how this happened. Think of it like this. Imagine inviting a grizzly bear to sleep in your bed. Sounds insane. But shrink the bear, fluff the fur, and suddenly it's Instagram content. The emotional pull is real. We needed them. They needed us. But nobody reads the terms and conditions. So how did a wolf become a labradoodle? The problem starts with the biggest myth we tell children. We say humans bred dogs into existence like some kind of Stone Age biotech project. Absolute nonsense. The first dogs were not planned. They were garbage wolves. Specifically, wolves with shorter fangs and smaller brains that were too lazy to hunt elk and too scared to attack people. Instead, they ate our scraps. That was the principle hiding in plain sight. Natural selection did the heavy lifting, not human genius. We didn't build the dog. The dog built itself around us. Archaeologists keep digging up campsites and finding wolf bones new human trash. That's the search. The evidence doesn't show a master plan. It shows a freeloader getting comfortable. And here is the solution that breaks your brain. Those Kangaroon wolves survived better. They passed on puppy-like features by accident. Floppy ears, smaller teeth, big sad eyes. Scientists call it needle-teeny. I call it evolutionary emotional blackmail. They literally evolved to look like babies so we wouldn't club them. That is not submission. That is a PR campaign written in DNA. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Every pug is a billboard saying, "Please love me." But if you think dogs were the only players in this game, buckle up. Because cats watched the whole thing happen and said, "Hold my beer." Cats arrived differently. The problem here is human arrogance. We assumed every animal domesticates like dogs. We were wrong. House cats didn't show up because we needed them. They showed up because we had grain. Grain attracted rodents. Rodents attracted wildcats. For thousands of years, cats just tolerated us. We didn't breed them. We didn't train them. They simply allowed our existence in their hunting grounds. That's the search. We dug through ancient Cyprus and found a cat buried next to a human from 10,000 years ago. Not in a trash heap, in a grave. But here's the mistake. We think affection means ownership. We tried to force cats into dog roles, leashes, commands, obedience school. It backfires because the cat never signed the contract. The solution is uncomfortable. You don't own a cat. You negotiate with a small apex predator that lives in your house. Horses are another story entirely. Early humans looked at a 500-pound animal with hooves made of pistons and thought, "Let's sit on that." The mistake was assuming raw power could be micromanaged. Spoiler, it can't. Real horse domestication worked because humans learned to speak the language of herd dynamics. We became the lead mare, not the dictator, the guide. That shift in mindset changed everything about transport, farming, and war. But the worst mistake was still lurking in the shadows. We looked at all this success and decided we factory line it. Welcome to the modern pet industrial complex. The problem is scale. We turned animals into products, designer breeds, puppy mills, flat-faced dogs that can't breathe because they look cute on hashtags. We created a stage called ownership culture. It is broken. Search the data and it is grim. Millions of animals abandoned yearly because they don't match the aesthetic. Behavioral issues skyrocket when a high-energy border collie gets trapped in a studio apartment. We treat living beings like furniture with heartbeats. Then we act shocked when the wolf DNA in the living room eats the couch. The search for a real bond got lost in the packaging. So what is the actual stage we are in now? Coevolution. The solution isn't better leashes or fancier kibble. It is mutual emotional labor. Dogs read human facial expressions better than chimps do. Cats developed meows specifically to manipulate us, because they don't meow at each other. Horses sync their heart rates to humans when groomed. We change them. They rewired us. Our stress hormones drop when we pet them. Our lifespans increase. Our children develop empathy faster. This is not ownership. It is a biochemical friendship treaty. But here is where all three threads collide into something nobody talks about. We didn't just domesticate them. They domesticated us right back. Here is the wow moment. The wolf didn't become a dog because humans are geniuses. Humans became who we are because wolves became dogs. Follow the thread. Once we had canine alarm systems guarding our camps, we could sleep deeper. Deeper sleep meant better memory. Better memory meant complex language. Complex language meant civilization. Meanwhile, the physical changes in those early wolves mirrored physical changes in us. Smaller teeth, reduced aggression, enhanced social tolerance. We underwent self-domestication together. Your dog is not a pet. It is a co-author of the human story. The cat kept your granary safe so agriculture could feed cities. The horse carried ideas across continents faster than any virus. Remove these animals from history, and we are still cowering in caves. The friendship didn't just change our households. It built our world. Let that sink in. The core takeaway is simple. Every time you open a can of food for a creature that technically doesn't need you, you are continuing a 15,000-year peace negotiation between two predators who decided teamwork beat fangs. That is the mindset shift. You don't own an animal. You inherit a partnership. So here is my question for you. If your pet had a LinkedIn profile, what job would they say they do in your life? Drop it in the comments. I will be reading the best ones. And if you want the next part where we dissect how we cooked some animals and fixed others, smash that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss it. Your future self will thank you. Probably with treats.